So you're the founder. You're the leader. You're the one who always gets it done. Can't stop, won't stop is the motto running on autopilot in your head. But lately, maybe it's costing you more than it's giving you. I know you're not overworking because you don't know better. You are overworking because your body doesn't feel safe any other way. You've built the business, you've got the team, you optimize the systems. Most of them. We'll talk in a minute about one of the systems you probably haven't thought of. And yet, you're secretly still holding it all, still defaulting to effort over ease, hustle over flow, still terrified of what might happen if you actually slow down. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why that happens and give you 3 simple regulation tools that you can use mid-meeting, mid-panic, mid-email DM spiral, so that you can stop surviving your business and actually start leading it. I'm Megan Arneson. I'm a trauma-informed executive coach and founder of Fuck the Hustle. I have helped hundreds of high-performing women over the years, founders, executives, consultants, and other coaches, reclaim their energy and start leading from a nervous system that is no longer stuck in overdrive. So let's get into it. Here's what no one tells high-performing women. Overworking isn't a leadership strategy. It is a nervous system response. It looks like you're all under control. But under the surface, your body is operating on one belief. If I stop doing it all, it will all fall apart. Almost no one builds the foundation of their business from a regulated state of calm and ease. Although I am working with a couple of founders right now who are building nervous system first businesses from the ground up, and I cannot wait to share their results with you. This is the kind of business where the daily grind is a thing of the past, where rest and digest is where they and their teams spend the majority of their time, and that means they have plenty of stored energy to sprint when needed. And we'll get to those stories in some upcoming videos, but the point is, I certainly didn't start that way. There was no one leading the way when I started. And so even though I was changing some unwanted circumstances when I started my business by quitting the job where I was unappreciated and totally physically and emotionally burned out, I brought all of my old ingrained thought patterns and habits with me into my new venture. So what happened? Well, of course, I went hard. Can't stop, won't stop, until I burned myself out again. But listen, nobody said it should be easy. I'm not going to deny building a business is filled with challenges and obstacles, and that's good. That's how we learn. That's how we grow, by stretching beyond our current capacity. But in order to stretch your capacity without burning out, you can't start from an energy deficit. If you have built your career, your side hustle, or your new venture on adrenaline, urgency, and over responsibility, then I want you to heed this warning. Working hard, working all the time, being always available, that is not what makes you a great leader. And it is not what will help you be successful in the long run. It's just what got you this far. But what got you here will not get you there. We've all heard it. And that is probably why you're here now, exhausted, anxious, and unsure how to get out of the downward spiral without everything collapsing around you. So the reason you can't slow down, despite your best intentions, is because your nervous system has linked slowing down with danger. To your body, stillness can feel like the floor might give out if you slow down to put all of your weight on it. Like everything could fall apart if you stop holding it all together. So you overwork to prevent that perceived collapse. But the irony is, overworking is the very thing that eventually causes the real collapse, which is exhaustion, brain fog, health crashes, burnout. And these are the things that will kill your business. So here's what's really going on. Every time you feel the pressure, another fire to put out with a client, another deadline, your body pumps out adrenaline and cortisol. And that gives you super sharp focus, the drive, the get it done no matter what energy. And then you pull it off. You deliver, you save the day. And in comes the dopamine hit. Yes, that worked. Do it again. Sometimes people will praise you. You're so reliable. We can always count on you. And that feels like belonging, safety, approval. And then you get a little oxytocin boost. Your nervous system learns overdrive equals love, overworking equals safety. Fast forward a few decades, and then the loop is so deeply wired that even when you know better, even when you've got the team, the revenue, the systems, your body drags you back into the hustle vortex. Not because you're weak, not because you're broken, but because slowing down literally feels unsafe. And overworking, being everything to everyone, being the one to carry it all, feels like safety. So if this is landing, I've got something for you. It's a guide called Fuck the Hustle, Fix Your Energy. And it is a 31-page comprehensive guide that will give you all the tools that I use in my own practice and with my clients to create safety in your system without having to default to overdoing it every time you have a new project, a new deadline, another client fire. This will help you interrupt the loop in real time. And of course, the link is below. So listen, this isn't about working less for the sake of it. If that's really what you wanted, like you could just go retire. But you wouldn't have started your business or built your team if you didn't love what you get to create, the ways that you get to be of service to the world. So this is about creating safety in your body so that you can work differently without the crash and continue to be of greater service and scale your impact for years to come. So if you've been nodding along thinking, yep, that's me, can't stop even when I know better, here's what to do instead. And these aren't lifestyle overhauls. These are in the moment practices for the moments when your body flips into overdrive. Because I know that you don't need another 2-hour morning routine. You need to leverage what you've got while it's happening. So let me give you my 3 go-tos. Number 1, let's start with orienting. When your system is in survival, your focus narrows, tunnel vision kicks in. It's like you've got blinders on. Orientation is what will pull you out of that. It reminds your body that we are here and we are safe. Here's the simplest way to do it. It's 3, 2, 1. Name 3 things that you see in the environment around you. Then name 2 things that you hear. And 1 thing that you feel on your skin, your feet on the floor, the fabric on your arm, the air on your face. Turn your head, let your eyes land on something neutral or even pleasant. And as you're doing this, say what you see, hear, and feel out loud. In this way, you are telling your system we're not in danger, we don't have to perform to survive, and you come back to your body. Tool number 2, when we're in urgency, our breath is short, it's shallow, it's fast. And that fuels more anxiety physiologically in your body. So here's the reset. Take a normal inhale. Don't overdo it. Then make the exhale longer, like a quiet weight off your shoulders kind of sigh. Actually let it out with a sound. You can count if you want, but sometimes I like to just keep it simple. Just make the exhale longer than the inhale. Do it 3 to 5 times. Make a noise as you're exhaling. I like to think of it as downshifting, especially if you've ever driven a manual transmission car. You know what I'm doing. We're heading down the hill. We don't want the car to keep picking up momentum. So we're going to downshift into a lower gear and slow it all down. This is pushing the brake pedal for your nervous system. And when you do that, you can make a choice from a different place, not from fear, not from panic, not from scarcity, but from regulation. And tool number 3 is called pendulation. So stress has this tendency to lock your attention on what hurts. It feels like all or nothing. And pendulation is what teaches us flexibility again. Take a deep breath and feel into your body. Close your eyes if it feels safe. And just notice where it feels tight in your jaw, in your chest, in your gut, whatever it is, just name it and feel it. And it's okay to feel it. But then step 2 is you're going to shift to a neutral place. Your feet on the floor, your seat in the chair, your hands resting on your thighs, or any other place where you don't necessarily notice anything happening in your body. And then you're going to go back and forth a few times. Tight spot to neutral spot. Stay there for a moment, breathe into it, go back to the tight spot. Stay there for a moment and go back to the neutral spot. And as you're doing this, you're showing your body that it doesn't have to stay stuck in one mode or the other. There's movement. There's choice in this. Now, tools are the interrupt, but to stop this pattern from coming back, you're going to need systems that support your body and your business. So a few minutes of daily regulation. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. Micro practices that teach your baseline that stillness does not equal danger. So maybe it could look like this for you. 1 minute of orienting yourself in the morning. 3, 2, 1. That's all it takes. 3 long exhales before you make a big decision. 60 seconds of pendulation after you've had a hard conversation. That's it. You're training your nervous system to recover faster, to return to presence on purpose. And once you get used to that, and when you're willing and it feels safe to give yourself a little more time, like 20 to 30 minutes a day, then the emotional release practice that I teach all of my private clients, and that's available as a self-guided practice inside the Fuck the Hustle membership community, is by far the best tool for systematic cleaning and maintenance, if you will. But start here. Start with something small. Teach your body that it's safe, and then go for the bigger tools. So let's also make it so that your operation doesn't depend on your adrenaline. So that means clear roles and ownership. Who decides and who executes? Meeting rhythms that don't create constant emergencies. How about a no weekend slack rule? Simple paths for escalation so that you are not the first responder to the panic button. When your body systems and your business systems run together, you no longer have to hold it all together by sheer will. The structures will hold it with you. And that is the safeguard against the collapse that all of us are so afraid of. So if you want support embedding this in your real life, come into the Fuck the Hustle private community. You will get a free copy of my book, The Hustle Trap, and a free workshop called The Nervous System is Your Strategy. You can watch it on demand anytime you want. Those are limited bonuses for charter members only. You'll also receive safe, non-judgmental support from fellow overworked but working on it founders and leaders, as well as once a month live practice sessions to help you lead without overdoing anything. The link for that too is below. A B2B software as a service founder came to me with a stellar team. She had great margins and constant insomnia. And she wasn't a control freak by personality, but her body panicked every time she tried to take a step back. So we didn't start with delegation tips. We started with nervous system safety and business rhythms that didn't depend on her adrenaline. She started using the orienting practice and breath work before her leadership meetings. We tightened team ownership in 2 lanes. We killed that weekend slack. The result was revenue rise, the churn dropped, the team initiative went up, and she took her first 10-day offline break, and her body stayed calm nearly the whole time. And when it didn't, she knew exactly what to do with it. So if you're done leading from survival, from fight or flight, and you are ready to recalibrate how you lead from the inside out, I keep a handful of spots every month for executive recalibration calls. And we will map exactly where your energy is leaking and what it will take to rebuild it so that you can lead from regulation instead of reactivity, so that you can rebuild without burning down what you've already built. There's a link below to book your session. And if there's no availability, send me a message and I will add you to the wait list. Here's the thing. Even once you see the pattern, even once you've tried to slow down, most women still end up slipping right back into the old loop at the beginning because you've been trained to believe that the answer is always in doing more planning, a tighter strategy, a better mindset hack. But what if the real shift isn't in what you do at all? It actually starts with who you are being in your body and in your energy long before the strategy or the action. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack in the next video. The anti-hustle framework that flips that old model on its head. I will show you how to move from doing to prove to being, stepping back to receive, and why this is the piece that finally makes everything else work. So hope this video is helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, what tools are you gonna start implementing this week? How are you gonna down-regulate your nervous system so that letting go starts to feel a little safer? So I'll see you in the next video. And in the meantime, make love, not hustle.